Elise Cornet was booed by the home crowd when she was forced to retire injured at 0-6 0-3 down in her French Open third-round match. The French woman arrived onto court with both of her thighs heavily strapped and could barely move against Qinwen Zheng, who won all 9 games before advancing to the second week with the World No-40's retirement. As former pro Barbara Skitt admitted, it could have been the 32-year-old's last appearance at her home Grand Slam. Cornet arrived onto court Philippe Chatrier with both of her thighs heavily taped for her third-round match against Zheng. The world number 40 had come through a roller-coaster match against 2017 French Open champion Jelena Ostapenko in the previous round, but had appeared to injure her legs after attempting a wide slide in the second-round clash. And she looked physically hindered by her new injuries as she could barely move against the world number 70, who is making her debut at the clay court Grand Slam. Cornet quickly lost the first set 6-0 and went 3-0 down in the second set before retreating to her bench at the changeover and putting her head in her hands. "There's no point, I'm just suffering," she told herself. The former world number 11 then asked the umpire how to retire the match, admitting, "Do I tell her that I need to stop? Because I want to stop," before shaking Zheng's hand and allowing the Chinese debutante to advance to the second week. As the pair shook hands, the court Philippe Chatrier crowd started booing and whistling at their own player for retiring the match, a reaction that was slammed by Eurosport commentators. "She tried her best, you could see how hampered she was. She doesn't want to stop here, now on this court," Joe Dury said. Fru Macmillan also pointed out that the night session crowd on the French Open's main stadium court were backing the 32-year-old in her 3-set win over Jelena Ostapenko just 2 days ago, and had now turned on her. "Nonsense to boo her, she gave 15,000 people one of the times of their lives a couple of days ago and now she's paying the price for it," he sowed, referencing the injuries she had picked up in the 6-0 1-6 6-3 thriller that ended her chances in the third round. There are now fears the heartbreaking retirement could mark Cornet's final appearance at her home Grand Slam. She couldn't finish her match because she had an injury on both thighs and was down 6-0 3-0, could barely move against Qinwen Zheng, so it's the end of this ride for Elise Cornet, Barbara Skitt said on Eurosport, announcing the news. "It was maybe, we don't know, but it could have been maybe her last Roland Garros," the player-turned-presenter admitted. Meanwhile, Zheng will now face her toughest test yet in world number 1 and former champion Iga Swiatek in the round of 16.